Hey Survivor, it's Lesley from The Vibrant Survivor. If you are new here, welcome. If you have been supporting me on this channel for a while now, welcome back and thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And I also love reading your comments, even on some of the older videos, and it's great to be back on YouTube. I have been thinking a lot about what healing really looks like after narcissistic abuse, and I wanted to share with you what I have been learning. When you struggle with perfectionism like I do, you put this pressure on yourself to get over it, move on, or you feel like healing needs to be quick or it needs to be to the point where you don't think about what's happened anymore and you just, forget about it. Or you may be getting outside messages from people who have these ideas in their minds about what your healing should look like. And they may be telling you, hey, you should be over this by now, or just forget about it and move on, or you should forgive that person and move on. Are you still talking about this? And between the internal and external pressure, I mean, it's like a bad movie. It's a lot, and it can make it even harder because you can then start spiraling into depression or self-blaming and shaming, and there's no need for that. It's totally normal. Healing is literally different for each person. Every body is literally different. Today, I wanted to share with you 4 things that I've been learning about what healing really looks like after narcissistic abuse, because it was not what I thought it was. One thing that I've learned about healing after narcissistic abuse is that healing is not forgetting. A lot of times we hear, forget about it and move on. Oh, just forget them. Or like you beat yourself up, like, why can't I forget about this person or this situation? What's wrong with me? Nothing. Healing isn't so much about forgetting, but more about remembering in a different way. What's happened to you or what is happening to you is very real, and it takes time to work through that. And your body and brain may operate differently than someone else's or respond differently to what has happened to you. So you can't play the comparison game, and you certainly shouldn't beat yourself up if you haven't forgotten about it and moved on yet. I have told you before about my traumatic upbringing. My dad was a narcissist, and now I'm at a point where I'm trying to help my mom live her best life in her golden years. And in the process of that, a lot of the traumatic memories from my childhood have come up, or certain things that happened are resurfacing, even as we're trying to help my mom live her best life in the present, such as my dad's, fiscal irresponsibility, his addiction, all of that. It's affecting things that we're trying to do today to help my mom live her best life. And that's really hard, and it hurts when it comes up. It's hard, and it's easy to get upset, angry, bitter, sad. And I think being able to move through that, being able to acknowledge it, not forget about it or rug sweep it, but being able to acknowledge it and being able to, use that memory in a different way is helpful. But it's very real. Another thing that I've learned is that healing does not eliminate grief. And boy, I've seen that recently. As you know, at the very beginning, when I started this channel, I shared this horrible story of narcissistic abuse and how I got in close proximity to the murderer. And recently, I was able to see justice served in court when he was convicted and sentenced to the death penalty. I sat through weeks of this trial since last fall, actually, and saw a lot of really awful images, heard a lot of difficult testimony, uh, learned things that I did not know about him at the time that I was dealing with him, or even afterwards. Learn new things and a lot of hard stuff. And just even facing the reality that Iris, Nigel, and Honora are gone, and just for just a senseless crime. It's horrible, and I felt that all over again, the survivor's guilt and everything, and the sadness, and I cried in court, and just it was just hard to have to go through that. Grief doesn't go away on your healing journey, and things will come up, and it's more about really sitting with it and processing it properly and being able to move through it, letting yourself have a good cry. That's a great way to release cortisol and get rid of that toxic stress that can cause chronic illness. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but definitely it's uncomfortable. And not only that, but it can make other people around you uncomfortable, which can cause them to want to kind of rug sweep or kind of suppress your expression of grief, and also challenge you or try to challenge you on where you are on your healing journey. Ultimately, there's nothing wrong with you. It's totally normal. A third thing that I've learned about healing is that healing creates capacity. And this is exciting because I did not realize how weighed down I was with toxic stress and just hypervigilance and being in survival mode. And healing, the more healing I've done, the deeper I've gone with my healing, and the more progress that I've made, it's given me more capacity for things like serving, whether it's community activism or helping survivors at a nonprofit healing center in our community, Ruth Place, or showing up to court for other people who are on their journeys to justice and who need the support of someone who gets it, or being able to support my mom as she struggles with dementia and co-caring for her in her golden years, or having the capacity to come back here on YouTube and put my face out here again, to be excited about possibilities, bringing more guests on. I've got a lot in store for you, survivor. But healing brings capacity. Fourth thing about healing that I've learned is that healing allows you to dream about your future again. When you are weighed down with toxic stress, when you're hypervigilant, when you're in survival mode and you're just your world is very small and you're just trying to get through the day, healing just opens up the possibility to dream big, to get a vision for your future, for your life, way beyond survival, way beyond what has happened to you, and start to make plans. Like for me, I went back to my bucket list. Like, what is it that I wanted to do this year? What things haven't I checked off my bucket list? I'd like to go to Turkey. I'd like to go back to Morocco. So many things. And even getting back here, like I said, on YouTube, with getting my face back on here again. It's great. Being able to get a vision for conversations with some of my friends who are healers as well, who are in the wellness space and who can come on and share evidence-based information, share the latest research, and also share strategies and healing solutions to be able to help you, survivor, to move forward on your healing journey from trauma and after narcissistic abuse. I'm so excited about that, and I really couldn't get there or couldn't see it, let alone act on it, when I was in the throes of even being re-traumatized, even through the trial. Like, that was a big focus for me. And I don't regret it at all because I learned a lot through it, and I'll share more about that here as well. But healing really opens up possibilities and vision for your future. Survivor, for years, I have been focused on surviving, and even recently, I've been in survival mode. And I finally feel like I'm living, and it feels good. So I want to encourage you to keep going and keep growing, and to not beat yourself up, to not take this perfectionistic approach to things where you're constantly self-blaming and shaming, or feeling like you're not doing enough, you're not healing enough, or you're not moving forward fast enough, or even subjecting yourself to the opinions of others about where you should be. You're exactly where you need to be. There's nothing wrong with you. And as always, I want to remind you that you're not alone and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.